Hey guys, if you're in the same situation as me, you own a jigsaw but not a circular saw, and you really wish to rip long boards in half and cut straight nice pieces out of plywood. Thing is, we all know jigsaws are perfect for cutting curves, but when it comes to cutting straight lines, it's pretty hard to do it by hand. Circular saws almost always comes equipped with a so-called rip fence, which lets you cut a perfect line as long as you have a straight edge. The funny thing is that they are so uncommon on jigsaws, you can barely find any of them. Okay, maybe like the most expensive brands on their most expensive models provide this type of thing, but your average bloke is not gonna buy the most expensive jigsaw he can find. He goes for the cheapest one, which is what I did, or my father did, but I'm gonna buy the same exact model sometime. Anyway, for this project I have like zero preparation. I haven't made any plans. I only have a rough idea in my head and I'm just gonna work from that. So hope you like it. Let's start. So what I have here is some 7mm plywood. I have placed the jigsaw in a corner and I'm gonna trace around the base and extend it by roughly 10 centimeters. Then I'm gonna make a custom shape which you will see later in the video. I'm not gonna lie, this is not the first time I'm doing this. I have done it twice already. The first base and the second one looked like this. They failed miserably and had to delete a bunch of videos, which kinda sucks. Therefore, I'm not gonna go into great detail on how I made this base. You're just gonna have to sit and watch. So these two parts that I just made sits on here and prevent the jigsaw from falling off the platform sideways. Alright, I have cut out all the parts we need right now, and now we're gonna assemble everything. Oh, looks like I messed up. All of these should be 1 centimeter to the left. This is how it looks all put together. It took some time to align everything, but now it's nice and square. The clock's 1 AM and it's not a weekend, so I gotta go. I let this dry up and harden in the meantime. So I managed to get a few hours to work on this thing, and the first thing I'm gonna do is tweak these ones. Right now they're just a bit too wide and jam up in the system. Well, much better than before. Alright, now I need to make some type of enclosure that keeps this in place as well as the jigsaw. So I had to do some tweaking on this part, but now it fits there perfectly. Right now I'm figuring out the system to lock these in any position I want, and I think I've got an idea. You'll need to make 4 parts where these are half of it. They look like teardrops, measures 3 by 2 centimeters, and has a small hole drilled slightly off center. The next type of part is fairly difficult to make, so I suggest you stay focused. Now I'm gonna use some 60mm thick beechwood. I got it from IKEA and it is pretty solid. So I refined the shape of one of them, but I still need to fix the other one. Alright, this is what they look like. You may still have no idea what they actually are, but I'm gonna show you. So these parts work in a way that when you pull the lever, it pushes down whatever is underneath it. Once glued in place, it will effectively work as a lock. I'm now gonna make the fence that sits on here, but I just want to tell you that I managed to get these to run smoothly. They were jammed up by the enclosure, but now it runs very nice. So I sanded this guide rail and glued it onto these two strips. Now it is very hard to get this thing square, but I figured if I just clamp these together it will align itself. Now if I were to give you just one single tip, then it would be to make these parts L-shaped so that you get more surface area in contact with the guide rail, because even though these stick right now, I don't think you need a whole lot of force to break them. Alright, 18 hours have passed and now the glue has dried completely. As you can see, the sliding mechanism works flawlessly, and all I need now is to glue on the locks, add some finishing touches, and then we're good to go. I sanded this thing like everywhere I could think of, and for like the first time ever, I didn't go above 80 grit. That's almost worth celebrating. It feels so nice to not overwork things, like seriously. Now, where was I? Oh. So I just spent some time checking that everything works, but there seems to be one problem. You can easily pull it in this direction, but as soon as you push it in this direction, it locks itself in place, and that's not what we want. I am hoping to solve this problem by attaching a rubber band from here to here. Alright, we're almost done. All I have to do now is to cut out the slot for the blade as well as oil this thing. Perhaps you noticed that I just made a zero clearance insert, which will prevent our blade from bending while we're using this thing. Talking about using it, this thing is actually finished. I will put some boiled linseed oil on it once this video is over, but now let's try it out and see if it actually works. So I have this plywood board which needs to be shortened by 6 centimeters. So this is what it looks like from my point of view. You have this hole which gives you an indication where the line is, then you just have to line it up with a zero clearance insert and you're good to go. It might be a good idea to clamp the board down. This looks kinda straight to me. I'd say it's working. Now the great thing about this design is that you can cut almost 25 centimeters in width, and there's nothing stopping you from going beyond that. If you decide to make these strips out of solid wood like, say, oak, then you could most likely go up to 50 centimeters in width. Now if I were to bring up something bad with this design, it would definitely be the lock system. I mean, despite looking very great, they don't really work. Vibration caused them to release themselves, and in all honesty, just don't recreate this exact part, will you? Thanks. Now, do I have a solution? Yeah, I believe so. The plan is to have a straight piece like this with a pivot point, and then there will be a fixed wooden block, and then I will have a screw going straight through it, and whenever you tighten the screw, this thing pivots down, pressing down onto the rails. Hopefully that made some sense. If not, I will show you in a future video. Actually, I will put it in a future video anyway, but if you understood it, congratulations to you! Alright, that was all I had for today. If you liked the video, which you obviously did, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel for future videos. I'll be back soon, and I'll see you next time. Bye.